A major milestone in India's indigenous shipbuilding story with the commissioning of INS Mahe, which is an anti-submarine warfare shallow water craft. This ship has achieved a big goal, which is of course Aatmanirbharta or self-reliance in shipbuilding, with 80% of its components being indigenous. The commissioning of INS Mahe adds detail, adds precision, and also adds capability to the Indian Navy's operational readiness when it comes to anti-submarine warfare. And that's something that's going to be key in the future, given the military posture that the Navy will have to take over the existing threats in the region. But joining me now is, of course, the commanding officer of INS Mahe, Commander A.C. Chaube. Sir, I'd like to ask you firstly, when you board this ship and you get a feel of the indigenous sort of manufacturing around it, and then you see the capabilities that come with it. Now, those capabilities built indigenously must be something that also is a matter of immense pride, not just to command the ship, but also to see how India's shipbuilding story has emerged.
So as you brought out correctly, it swells our hearts and soul with pride when we are here, which is a ship which has been indigenized, built with 80% component which is fully here, which is indigenized. The weapons and sensors which are fitted on board ship are indigenized. The capability of our DPSUs and our other partners, civil partners which are there in developing a ship of this caliber and capability is commendable. So the Make in India initiative and Aatmanirbhar Bharat is we can depict this thing with this ship.
And sir, I'd like to ask you, when it comes to your operational area, and this ship will of course be patrolling and be covering the waters of the Arabian Sea and wherever you're deployed. Of course, there's no geographical limitation to that. But given the military posture today in the region, how much does anti-submarine warfare embellish and allow you to engage more effectively with any threat that is directed towards India and the western coast of India?
So we are capable of operating next to the coast as well as in open sea. The capability of the sensors and weapons which we have got is immense. So anybody who is coming close to the Indian coast, and then we will be a threat to them. So we are proud and will protect the nation with a lot of pride and the indigenous content which we have got with us.
And I'm going to leave our viewers and this interview with, I want you to describe this ship in 3 words. If I had to give you 3 key words that comes to your mind when we talk of INS Mahe and the class of ships that are coming, the INS Mahe-class, which are specifically directed towards anti-submarine warfare. Tell us a little bit about that. Give us 3 words that come to your mind when you talk about this ship.
We are stealth, we are built for speed, and we are built for agility.
Stealth, speed, and agility. So those are the 3 takeaways from the commanding officer of the ship. And let's take a closer look at INS Mahe. One of the key features that we talk about in this ship is, of course, the level of indigenization, and that's 80% when it comes to INS Mahe. Now, how has it come to 80%? What are the new elements that are now indigenized, which are being made in India? Behind me, what you see is this indigenous anti-submarine rocket launcher, the Indian version of it, made for INS Mahe. And that's something that is key to also the level of indigenization when it comes to Aatmanirbharta or self-reliance in shipbuilding, especially when it comes to the Indian Navy and our defense. To give us a sneak peek into the capabilities of INS Mahe and the ships that follow in the same class, of course, joining me now is the XO of the ship, Lieutenant Commander Pranesh Vastav. Sir, I want to ask you, when it comes to a ship like this, stealth is important. In terms of stealth capabilities, what are the new additions, especially in terms of, ensuring that it works better in shallow waters?
Good morning and welcome on board INS Mahe. This ship has been built by the Cochin Shipyard Limited. under the supervision of Warship Overseeing Team, Kochi. This ship has been provided with the advanced features in the stealth, not only above water but also the below water. If you see, the design of the ship is very compact and the water jets provided is quite stealthy. To detect these ships in a shallow water is a possible challenge for the adversaries.
You know, when you talk about water jet propulsion, obviously there are diesel engines fitted on the ship, but how does water jet propulsion work in terms of for the viewer who's watching and whom perhaps may not have an idea?
So the diesel engines which have been given provides the long legs to the ship, as it is quite conservative and can be used as per the necessity demanded by the ship. Also the water jets provides the power from which is easy to maneuver the ship whenever it comes to the anti-submarine role. To detect these kind of vessels and to track them is nearly impossible.
Now, talking about the sonar, which is again a very important part of anti-submarine warfare. This, of course, is in terms of advanced technology, this is ahead. Also in terms of indigenization, this is ahead. So tell us a little bit about that.
Talking about the Abhay sonar, which has been built by joint venture by NPOL and the Bell Electronics, is the most advanced features given in the ship. This has been specially designed for a shallow water craft.
And so also the decoy elements, you talked about that also. That also, again, to a great extent, has a lot of sort of self-reliant built-in, features.
Talking about the weapons section of the ship, if you see in the forward section is a naval surface gun, which is used to track and destroy the targets above the water and in the aerial section. Behind that is the Make in India indigenous rocket launchers, which is used to destroy the submarine and the torpedoes. Behind that are the torpedo decoy launchers, if you see on my aft, have been fitted to deceive the enemy submarine and the torpedoes fired onto the ship.
And all of this is made in India.
Correct. So these, all the ASW complement has been fitted on board is Make in India.
The advanced weaponry of this ship is also indigenous, and of course that's something that we'll talk about. Now, when it comes to an anti-submarine warship, torpedoes are key. And of course, so if you can tell us a little bit about the weaponry of this ship, which includes, of course, the main component, which is torpedoes, and the level of indigenization and how, of course, it adds to the capabilities of the ship.
Yeah, as I've already told, the ship has been designed with 80% components of Make in India. This is one of the most important component of the ship, which is used to seek and destroy the submarine. These are the tubes, triple tube launchers built by Mahindra Defence. There are total 2 launchers, one is shipped on the left and the right side of the ship, which we call as port and starboard. And it includes 3 launchers in each section.
6 torpedoes.
Correct.
Post-Operation Sindoor, the Indian Navy and the Western Naval Command's military posture is immensely significant. Pakistan is in the process of acquiring better submarine capabilities. And to counter that, the Indian Navy has to also enhance its anti-submarine warfare capabilities. That's where INS Mahe, an anti-submarine warship, comes in. And the Mahe-class of ships is not just advanced in stealth and weaponry, but also 80% Aatmanirbhar or made in India. With camera person Rajendra Dayalkar on board INS Mahe, Saurabh Gupta, NDTV.